episode of Tech Talk with me today, Christabel. Today we are diving deep into a fascinating topic, firmware. Now don't be intimidated by a term. We are going to break it down, discuss the basics and even get into troubleshooting tips. And to help me with that, I've got two brilliant minds with me here today. Say hello to Ophelia and Darling.
Hey everyone, glad to be here.
What's up, tech fans? Let's talk about firmware.
Alright, let's get started. First things first, firmware. Darling, can you give us a brief explanation of what firmware is?
Sure, firmware is basically the low-level software that is embedded directly into the hardware of your devices. It's like the middleman between the hardware and the software, ensuring that your hardware components can communicate with the operating system.
Exactly. And one of the most common examples of firmware is something we've all encountered, BIOS. Okay, can you break down what BIOS does for us?
Of course, BIOS, or Basic Input-Output System, is a firmware stored on a chip on the motherboard. When you power on your computer, the BIOS is the first thing that kicks in. It performs hardware initialization during booting and makes sure everything is in order before handing over the control to the operating system.
Awesome explanation. And that leads us into the next part of the process, post. Power on self first. Darling, can you tell us a bit about post?
Definitely. So, post is a series of diagnostic tests run by the BIOS. It checks if all your hardware components like the RAM, the keyboard, the storage devices and more are all working correctly before your system boots up. And if there's something wrong, you usually hear a big code or an error message pops up.
Right. Different bit patterns or error code can give you a clue as to what's malfunctioning. Great segue into troubleshooting.
Exactly. We are definitely getting into troubleshooting. But before that, let's touch on system setup. Okay, can you tell us what users can get in their system setup and why is it important?
Good question. The system setup, often accessed by pressing a key like F2 or delete during startup, allows users to configure system settings like boot order, system time, and enabling or disabling of certain hardware features. You can manage your security settings like password and even overlock your CPU if you are into that.
Yeah, and it's also where you can update the BIOS itself. We call that the BIOS flash. It is important to be careful here though, because a failed BIOS update can leave your computer unbootable.
Exactly. That's where we head into troubleshooting. What can users do when the firmware or something related to the BIOS goes wrong? Darling, what should users do if their system isn't booting properly?
Well, the first thing is to check whether your system is getting past the post. If you hear no beep or you are stuck on a black screen, it might indicate your hardware issues or a problem with the BIOS. You can try resetting the BIOS by removing and reinserting the CMOS battery. This resets the BIOS to factory settings.
And if that doesn't work, you might need to try BIOS discovery using USB drive with correct firm for your motherboard. Always make sure to download firmware from the manufacturer's website to avoid issues.
Great tips. Now let's wrap things up with one key piece of advice from each of you. What is the most important thing to remember when dealing with firmware?
Okay, for me, it would be about BIOS updates. Do not try it unless you absolutely need to. And if you do, make sure to follow the instructions to the letter.
I'd say, always pay attention to big code and error messages. You can save a ton of time when diagnosing hardware issues.
Fantastic advice, both of you. Firmware might seem a bit intimidating, but with the right knowledge, it's manageable and it's critical to keeping your system running smoothly. Thanks for joining us, both of you, Ophelia and Darling, and thanks for watching us.
Thanks for having us, Christabel.
Catch up with you next time, everyone.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your comments or questions below. We'll be back with more tech content soon. Until then, keep learning and keep exploring.